On Wednesday evening, a tragic and shocking incident unfolded in the skies over Washington, D.C. A collision occurred between a military helicopter and a regional passenger plane operated by American Airlines as it was approaching Ronald Reagan Airport near the Potomac River. The two aircraft plummeted into the river, marking the beginning of an intense rescue operation that, unfortunately, later turned into a recovery effort. The authorities have stated that they do not expect any survivors from this catastrophic event. The accident happened just before 9 p.m., during what is typically one of the most tightly controlled airspaces in the world. Situated just a stone's throw away from the White House, the airspace is meticulously monitored for safety. Despite these heightened controls, something went terribly wrong. According to Jean Lapointe, a retired airline pilot and aviation expert, the pilots of the American Airlines plane were caught completely off guard by the collision. He explains that the pilots were focused on their approach to land and likely didn't see the helicopter coming toward them. The crash, he speculates, was a complete surprise to the flight crew. The pilots of the American Airlines flight had been cleared for landing on runway 01 and were instructed to turn right to land on runway 33. At the same time, a military Black Hawk helicopter had just taken off for a training flight near the airport. The helicopter's pilots communicated with air traffic controllers, but, according to Lapointe, it is likely the American Airlines pilots didn't hear or recognize these transmissions. The military helicopter crew reportedly had the passenger plane in their sights and were told by air traffic control to pass behind it, maintaining visual separation. However, the two aircraft, at an altitude of 400 feet above the ground, crossed paths in what seems to have been an unfortunate and fatal mistake. This tragic collision is especially heart-wrenching because, as Lapointe points out, both the passenger plane and the military helicopter were equipped with systems designed to prevent such accidents. However, at 1,000 feet above sea level, the ability to adjust altitude rapidly is restricted to avoid dangerously steep descents or ascents, which can lead to other types of accidents. Despite these precautions, the two aircraft collided, with the military helicopter hitting the rear of the American Airlines plane. While the investigation is still ongoing, authorities have shifted from a search and rescue operation to a recovery operations. With 60 passengers and 4 crew members aboard the American Airlines flight, along with 3 military personnel on the helicopter, all are feared to have perished in the crash. The tragedy has also deeply impacted the community of U.S. figure skating, as several members, including coaches and athletes, were aboard the flight. Among the victims were notable figures in the figure skating world, including renowned coaches Evgenia Shishkova and Vadim Naumov, who were training young athletes at the Skating Club of Boston. The grief and shock surrounding this incident are immense, as the loss of life, particularly among the skating community, is devastating. The broader impact of this tragedy will be felt for years to come, as families, friends, and colleagues mourn the untimely loss of their loved ones. Stay subscribed for more videos.